Hi guys, it's Stacy from Clothes Live On, and today we are going to do what sold fast in the first half of February. So I thought it would be fun just to kind of show you guys, what's selling quickly for me. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that I have been doing really steep discounts in the month of February, so that is going to kind of throw off some of my prices. I'm still happy with all the sales I've had, but some things that you're going to see in this video probably sold for below market value. I am working on kind of getting that back up. So I did a whole video about my kind of strategy I've been doing for February. So if you guys want to check out that, I will link that video in the description and in a card if I remember to do that. So I've been doing that sale, and I'm trying to kind of get back up to being definitely more at or close to market value. I'm still continuing my half off sale, but I'm pricing my things a little higher to accommodate for that. And half off will put it still like slightly below market value, but closer to market value than some of the things that were already listed on Poshmark. And then when I do a half off sale, they definitely sell for below market value in that situation. So that's where I'm at with that. So that was just a long-winded way of saying that some of these things, yes, they sold fast, but they definitely sold for a lower price point. Some of these did sell in bundles because I've done a lot of bundles this month with my sale. So just some additional things to keep in mind for this video. And I am doing what sold in 3 days or less. I just don't want to have it be a super long video, so I needed to cap it at something. Since I've had a lot of sales, I just felt like a week was actually going to end up being too many items, so I decided to go with 3 days. So you are going to see some repeat brands, and I feel like that's just a good thing for you guys to keep in mind as other resellers of brands that you're seeing me sell multiple of the same brand quickly, like 3 days or less within the first half of a month. That's definitely a brand you should be looking out for. So first thing sold on Poshmark, and it is a pair of Can jeans. I have been finding these a lot lately. So these sold for $25. This was on February 1st, so it actually sold with a shipping discount because I had offered that in the last day of January. They took 3 days to sell from when they were listed, so that was a pretty good sale. Next on Poshmark, this did sell in a bundle, so the screenshot price is going to be different than what it actually sold for. So I sold a Lululemon striped long sleeve t-shirt that when I calculated it out, I ended up saying that it sold for $25. This was not part of the half off sale. I had not initiated it at that point. I think I didn't start that sale until like the second or third day of February. So it sold in the bundle price for $25, and that took 1 day to sell. Next on Poshmark, I sold a pair of Miss Me jeans. These sold for $35, and they took 1 day to sell. Now, if you guys are part of my newsletter, you would know that I recently talked about Miss Me jeans as a brand that is not dead. I see a lot of resellers say Miss Me isn't worth picking up anymore. I have a lot of luck selling Miss Me still. Even things like bootcut, which people say that you can't get rid of bootcut, I can sell Miss Me bootcut just fine. Key for me in Miss Me is that the back pockets have to be embellished. That is the only way I will pick them up. And I like to make the back side of the jeans my cover photo, since that is what a buyer is looking for. So with all my other jeans, I do the regular front of the jeans as my cover photo, but just with Miss Me's, and sometimes I guess Rock Revival, anything with the more embellished back. I will say that Dojo jeans is another one where I do the back of the jeans. Anything with like the embellished back, that is specifically what people are looking for in those jeans, I make that my cover photo versus the front. All right, next I sold on Poshmark a pair of Rag & Bone 10-inch ankle skinny jeans. These sold for $23, so they were part of that half off sale, and they took 3 days to sell from the time they were listed. Next on Poshmark, I sold Eloquii bird embroidered jeans. These sold for $23, and they took 1 day to sell. Next on Poshmark, also there's a lot of Poshmark sales on here. I sold Madewell 10-inch high riser skinny jeans. These sold for $22 and they took 2 days to sell, and they did sell in a bundle, so the price you're seeing is different than what they actually sold for. This is one of those ones that I would say it's definitely below market value. I can pretty easily sell Madewell jeans for, like, at a minimum for this style, probably like the $35 area is really what I can more expect to get for something like that, upwards to even maybe $40. So this is definitely a lower selling point than I would normally get for for Madewell jeans. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I'm happy to have things going out the door. So those took 2 days to sell. Next, I sold, again in a bundle on Poshmark, Lululemon purple Wonder Under leggings. They, after discounts and stuff, they ended up selling for $32 and they took 2 days to sell. Next on Poshmark, I sold a Babaton green long sleeve blouse that sold for $25 and it took 3 days to sell. Next on Poshmark, I sold a Kate Spade coat. This was a more rare coat, but it also had flaws. So that sold for $150 and it took 3 days to sell. That was part of my half off sale, and I will say I made like a really good profit on that item. So that's one of the more exciting half off things. Like, I definitely took under market value for that particular coat. However, it had flaws. It was missing a size tag. It had stains. It had multiple flaws going on, and I still made quite a bit of profit on that. So for me, I know it was under market value, but that was extremely good for me. Like, if I can sell something for that high of a price point and that short of a time span, that's excellent. No complaints at all. All right, next on Poshmark, I sold a pair of AG jeans. These were the legging. They sold for $18 and they took 1 day to sell. Then also on Poshmark, I sold a pair of Everlane ankle jeans. These sold for $15 and they took 1 day to sell. These did not sell for half off. I actually only had them listed at $20 and I got a $15 offer. And the reason I priced them so low is because they had pretty significant inseam wear. I did note that and I photographed it, so they sold in spite of that, but they sold for a low point, but not half off, just because of the wear. I had them priced so low. Next on Mercari, I sold a pair of Jeffrey Campbell like laser cut sandals. They sold for $44 and they took 3 days to sell. Then also on Mercari, I sold a Vince long sleeve t-shirt. It sold for $20 and it took 1 day to sell. Also on Mercari, I sold a pair of Jeffrey Campbell booties. These sold for $60 and they took 1 day to sell. All right, next over on Poshmark, I sold a Beyonce sweatshirt. It was like a tour sweatshirt that sold for $25 and it took 2 days to sell. Then on Poshmark, I sold a pair of Can jeans. They sold for $23 and it was actually 0 days to sell, so it sold the same day that I listed them, so super fast sale. Next on Poshmark, I sold another pair of Miss Me bootcut jeans. These sold for $30. It was via offer. I had them listed at $40 and they took 1 day to sell. Then the last Poshmark sale for this video was a Kate Spade sleep shirt. So it was this like polka dot, I would call it more of a sleep dress, but the technical style name was a sleep shirt. That sold for $15 and it took 2 days to sell. And then the last thing that sold fast in the first half of February, I sold on Mercari a pair of Can jeans. These sold for $30. They took 0 days to sell, so same day that I listed them, they sold. And like I said, that's my third pair of Can jeans in this video. So we took away which two brands sold multiple times for me in less than 3 days or less. That was Miss Me and Can. Those brands do phenomenal for me. Even when I'm not doing a half off sale, you're not going to get like the highest price point ever. Like some jeans you can definitely get like $50 to $60 for. I never expect that with either of those brands. Definitely with those two brands, I expect anything from $20 to $35. And I usually price them at like maybe more like $40, or if I'm doing this sale, I might even price it at $50. But really, like, those brands are fast sellers for me. They're reliable sellers. If I can get them at a good price point at a thrift store, which especially Can, I don't really ever see those marked up at my thrift stores. So when I can snag them for a pretty good price point, I always do, because they are very reliable brands that sell in my closet. So just something for you guys to note, that I don't really see a lot of people talk about Can, but it's like one of my favorite denim brands to sell at the moment. I hope you guys like this video though. You guys voted for this on Instagram. I forgot to mention that earlier. I did a poll. You guys picked this video, but only by one vote over a Nordstrom Rack haul. So I actually am going to do that too, since there was a lot of interest in that. So on Friday, you guys can see what I got at Nordstrom Rack during Clear the Rack. So keep an eye out for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.